Welcome everyone. What you need to know right now is today's timeless pick a card. Option 1, from left to right, we have the Vision Quest. Option 2, Stand Still. Option 3, the Lower World. Pause the video if you need more time to choose your pile. See you there. Welcome, pile 1. If you chose the Vision Quest, this is your reading. This is what you need to know right now. So what I'm seeing in this card is, first of all, we're going to look at the number. The number is the number 60. So that could be significant to you, as well as the number 6. 6 is Venus. It's Taurus and Libra. So you could have Taurus or Libra in your chart. But Venus is also significant of love and prosperity. I'm seeing what looks to be someone who has a connection to Native American ancestry. There seems to be a dance here, someone dancing, so dancing could be significant too. I'm also seeing barefoot, so barefoot in nature, being connected to your body, being connected to nature is somehow important here in this equation. Quest for a vision, so I see you've either had a vision through a dream or in your mind's eye, or you're about to, that is going to send you off on a new journey. So I'm also thinking of a new cycle for you. I see a full moon here behind this woman who seems to be dancing. I'm seeing something about calves, so strong calves or strong muscles. I'm also seeing dark brown hair to black hair. With the full moon being here, I'm seeing something about completion, closure, a cycle closing. I'm definitely seeing a cycle closing here. There's also something about facing fears, doing it with fear but doing it anyway, taking a leap of faith. So there's something here that you're being invited to take some sort of a risk to close a cycle and start a new one, because of a vision that you had or you will have. And it will take facing your fears. So I feel this means moving out of your comfort zone. So somehow this is connected to your life purpose. As you may or may not know if you follow this channel, I talk a lot about life purpose. I even created a thing called the Life Purpose Report several years ago. And then I did see that pop up a lot. There was at least one person who took that and ran with it and created a whole website over that and started selling these life purpose reports. I'm going on a rant here, but yeah, I started these maybe in 2021, if I'm not mistaken, and someone just created a site in 2023. Either way, you know, information is available for anyone, and I'll definitely not go after this person. You know, some of you may think, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but you may have an idea of doing something, but you're worried that other people may steal your idea or also do it. Just do it anyway, okay? This is telling you just do it anyway. Whoever needs you will find you and your unique work, okay? Don't worry about, because everyone takes ideas from people, and you know, it's really a lost cause, and it's really not something that we should worry about. There are a lot of patents pending because you have less and less original products anyway, and even if you do, with the internet and information circulating so fast, it's really hard to prove that you were. So don't worry about too much about doing something and other people stealing it, okay? Just, it could be that you have a fear about doing something and worried that someone else will do it better, or someone else will make more money than you, or someone else will steal your idea. Don't worry about that. Just keep going and keep doing you, okay? Protect your creative property as much as you can, but there's only so much you can do in this day and age, so don't worry too much about it. But you've been feeling stagnant, and it's time to move. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have Libra, Aries, Capricorn, or Cancer strongly in your chart, the cardinal signs, where you in the past 15 years were very affected by Pluto in Capricorn. I feel the cycle that's closing could be a 15-year-old cycle for you, and a cycle where you felt stagnant, repressed, oppressed, restricted in some way. And I feel that you're going to feel free. You're going to feel bolder, courageous, getting back that sense of self, getting back to yourself, and moving out of the stagnancy, facing your fears. I do see you're going to face your fears, and that is the advice here. Bringing your life into perspective, but I feel right now there's somewhat of a pause, of a transition going on, of letting go of that cycle and coming into this new one. I feel in the past cycle that you're coming out of, you realized a lot about yourself, about your flaws, and you've also at the same time, maybe there were things you didn't really like to see about yourself, but you ended up accepting anyway and seeing it as a part of your strengths and how you can turn your flaws into strengths. Also the potential and the opportunities. I do feel opportunities are going to start coming toward you. A lot more opportunities are opening up for you and new doors opening. I do see a new chapter that you're writing in your life that you're coming into. I feel by spending time in nature, you will be able to find a lot of clarity. So especially if you live in the city, make sure you find time to spend time in a park or to travel outside the city to a place where you can get some nature. The idea here is to really get away from your desk, get off the couch, and just go outside and walk around barefoot. That would be very, very helpful. And get in touch with your body, activate your muscles, okay? All your muscles, even the little muscles. And how do you do that? You walk around barefoot, you use your hands, you use all of your body, every single finger, right? And start setting intentions. Don't feel like you are a victim of fate or that everything is in control of you and you have control over nothing. That is not the case. You do have a lot more control and you're going to feel a lot more in control, but this being in control also means that you've learned to let go and you've learned to create your reality rather than be subjected to whatever the universe throws at you. Because, you know, the universe is a vast place and it has vast amounts of energies that are all different, some negative, some positive. So you really have to set the intention of what your universe is, where you circulate and what's coming toward you. You can decide this. Just decide this in your mind. Decide how you want to feel. Decide who you want to be around. Decide what kind of experiences you really want coming your way. You do have the power to do that. And you know, you are in control, but it's not so much about trying to control things, if that makes sense, okay? Okay, beautiful. So that first message was a big one. And we have heart chakra. Okay, so there's something about your heart chakra that is either being activated or reactivated. We do have the number 5 here, so 5 signifies change. It is about Mercury, so Gemini or Virgo could be in your chart somehow. It is also 5th house energy, which is the heart energy. It is connected to Leo. It is connected to the inner child. So there's something about your inner child that is wanting to come out and play. There's a sense of you unfurling back to love after a time of fear, because when we are in fear, we cannot be in fear and love at the same time. It's two opposite ends of the same spectrum. Down here is fear. You cannot be in the state of fear. So I feel there was a process here. I don't feel you were stagnant in fear for a very long time. I do believe that your past cycle is where that started. Something triggered that fear, and it took you a long time to move away from it and to free yourself. But I do feel right now you're coming to this point of a higher energy, of a higher frequency of the heart chakra. And I feel that is the energy that you are now in, thank goodness. And I feel this is the big change that is happening. And because you're in this higher frequency of love, you're going to start to see other opportunities open up to you where before there weren't any. And this doesn't surprise me to see the sun here. Yeah, I do see a very high vibrational energy for you entering this new cycle. You're feeling good about yourself. If I ask you to define yourself by one of these words, what would you say? Or one of these verbs: I am, I feel, I do, I want, I have. You would say, I am. And I feel you're coming into this energy of I am, an energy of growth, of peace, of love, of abundance, of warmth, okay? That is the energy. I see you starting something new and getting a second lease on life and feeling like your heart is beating again, feeling vibrant with when the sun comes up and really feeling positive about each day. I do see you coming into this very warm energy of feeling like, you know, life feels good again. Life feels good again. You feel free to express yourself. And I see a very strong solar plexus chakra. I see a very strong sacral chakra. So if you were experiencing creative block, if you were experiencing a lack of self-confidence, self-worth, I feel you gaining that again. And I do see all your chakras balancing from the fact that you chose to do the work and move away from the fear of restriction of fear into the energy of freedom and love and peace. So there's a freedom from fear here that allows you to move forward confidently and be whoever you're meant to be and be your highest version, your most vibrant self. And I do see that you are stepping into that energy. And again, this is fifth house energy, where you're going to connect or reconnect to your inner child. Remember what made you feel good before life got complicated. And in getting back to that remembering, some of you could even be going back to your childhood places, or where you were born, or where you came from, where you were happy once. And in reconnecting, even if in meditation or dreams, or in just closing your eyes and taking yourself there energetically, or being there physically, is going to help you recover yourself, get back to yourself. After whatever events separated you from the self, okay? If you're not thinking of doing this, really consider meditating. Really consider meditating and take yourself to that happy place, whatever you felt the happiest, okay? Whatever you can remember. We have 12th house. Yeah, there's a lot of inner work that you're doing or needing to do, or dreams coming through. We have Capricorn. Yeah, I'm seeing Saturnian energy, or that Pluto and Capricorn energy. We have North Node, finally stepping into your life purpose. If you don't know what your life purpose is, I do a thing called the Life Purpose Report based on your tropical natal astrological chart. It could be that you have your North Node in Capricorn, or the 12th house, or both, or in the 10th house, or Pisces, or none of these. And this is just the energy that I'm reading here, that there was a sense of fogginess for you where you felt confused because you were restricted, and you were in fear because you were confused. And so now I feel the fogginess lifting. You're moving out of this confusion. You're moving away from fear because it just became too uncomfortable. Even that comfort zone of being in fear became uncomfortable. And I do see you moving out of that comfort zone. I do see you stepping into your purpose. And once you do, you will see that is the most fulfilling thing you can do. Yes, it is a lot of hard work. Yes, it does take courage and confidence. But I do see you finally taking action from your heart space. And that is the very definition of courage. And I do feel you capable of doing that. So you're definitely moving out of your fears. And yeah, Muse of Emotions, King of Cups, you're following your heart. You are allowing your emotions to speak and to come forward and to guide you. And Six of Wands, that is going to be the source of your victory in life and all successes that are about to come your way. And they are because you are following your heart. Seven of Cups, it's that confusion. You may initially feel confused on what to do. Maybe there's too many options. Maybe you have a lot of talents. Maybe you don't have all the skills for these talents. Maybe you need to get them, or maybe you need to organize and prioritize where to start. You are the Nine of Wands, a little bit tired. You've been through many battles, but you keep persisting and you will be victorious here. And, you know, and this is advice from Spirit here, 10 of Pentacles. Keep going, keep persisting. All these battles that you've overcome and you've won were actually victories. Instead of bringing you down, they actually built you up. They built your character. And where you're headed toward is actually a lot of stability, wealth, prosperity, and just being able to have a family or provide for your family or be the stable one. For some of you, you're going to be the first millionaire, first billionaire in your family, okay? soon the confusion will be over and you're going to know just exactly what to do. And you know what? As many talents as you have, you will be able to use all of them. You won't have to decide. So whatever anxiety you may be feeling, Nine of Swords, is unnecessary, because where you're headed is success. All those battles weren't for nothing. They actually built you into who you are today, and you're meant to succeed and you're meant to live your best life, which is what's about to happen. So as much as you can, put the pain in the past, take the lessons, and just know that where you're headed is towards success. And the more you stress about things, the more you give into fear, the further away you get from these blessings that are meant for you. And the more that you can put fear aside and see it for the illusion in your mind that it is, the closer you will get to these blessings that have always been available for you, okay? So this was your reading, pile number 1. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. I hope this was helpful. Bless you. Let me know how this resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and so that, you know, the algorithm picks up on this channel and I am able to bring you more. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bless you. I'll see you sometime soon. Bye, and until next time. Welcome, pile 2. You chose the standstill card. The number in the card is number 52. Okay, because the word standstill came out in pile number 1, I do feel there could be a message there for you, okay, right off the bat. The number 52 could be relevant to you, as well as the number 7. 7 has something to do with your spiritual path here. You could be an introvert, or you could be going through a time where you prefer to be alone. There's something here about learning as well. You possibly are some kind of a student. Okay. I'm also picking up here something that you thought was lucky, but you were fooled. It wasn't lucky. Maybe you thought 7 was a lucky number and it's not, something like that. Or something was an illusion. We do have a standstill here, and I'm not surprised to see the number 7 being connected to your spiritual path, and there seems to be someone sitting here and meditating. There's also something about a portal that I'm seeing here. The next portal, the last portal. Go check out my portal videos here on the channel. There could be messages there for you. But what I feel is that you're either experiencing, you could be currently experiencing a standstill. And the first thing I think you need to know is the reason why you're at a standstill is because you're processing something on a soul level. There's a spiritual processing going on that had to happen right now, and for that to be able to happen, you had to be at a standstill. This could not happen. It's like a computer when it's processing something and it can't function while it's processing that thing. Otherwise, the computer would just stop working, okay? So, and for some reason I'm getting an upgrade here. So something in you is upgrading spiritually on a soul level. And for that to happen, you could only be at a standstill. Things couldn't be moving for you right now. So if anything, I feel you guys need to know that as much as you may feel that you want things to happen, or you want to be moving faster, or you want certain processes to unroll and happen a lot quicker, the reason why they're not is because they're not meant to. So I'm being called to tell you guys that you are exactly where you need to be right now. And yes, it may not be the best place. Yes, you may not be happy about it. It may be uncomfortable, but it's where you need to be right now, or you have to be, for this processing, this upgrade to take place. Because if you were moving around, if you didn't have the time to be at a standstill, there would be things that you would miss or you wouldn't realize. And the only way you're going to learn them or understand them is if you can't move right now. If you can't have what you want. If you can't be or do what you want right now, okay? Because if you could, you would be missing this important step. And your soul has a contract to go through whatever this upgrade is right now. And so it's the only way through. Really, there is no other way, okay? This is the way, basically. So I hope that brings you some kind of level of comfort. I know it's not what we want to hear. And again, wants have to do with lack. And if you're in a place of lack, you're going to always be wanting something or feel like you need something or you don't have something, okay? Which is also natural. Okay, we have unique gifts and the number 55. Okay, so there's something about being at this standstill that is going to activate or draw your attention to these gifts that you do have that maybe you weren't aware of. That if you weren't at a standstill, they wouldn't develop, or you wouldn't acknowledge them, or you wouldn't be aware of them, or you wouldn't go through the changes you need to go through internally on a soul level to be able to use these gifts or activate these gifts or elevate these gifts, okay? Or understand them even. So there's a sense of you being at a standstill so that you understand what these gifts are. Now, I'm seeing a mix of a sacral chakra with a solar plexus chakra with a stronger emphasis on the sacral plexus chakra. We do have yellow here, we do have orange, and we have the orange located more or less where the sacral chakra is. So whatever the standstill is, whether you're aware of this or not, whether you're experiencing creative block or not, it is there and is meant to be there for you to be able to activate your sacral chakra, to reconnect you to your inspiration, to your creativity, to your sensuality, to your libido, even to your body and your self-expression. And also feeding your solar plexus chakra that will also feed your self-confidence and the courage to do something where the courage has been lacking, okay? The number 55 could be relevant to you, the number 10 and the number 1. This is a standstill right before this new portal that is taking you into a new cycle in your life, okay? So whatever's happening right now, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that you can't see and you don't understand, where you think that things are not happening. They're happening on an energetic level, okay? So I feel you needed to know that, yeah. And right now with the numinous here, mystery, it's like you're not meant to know exactly why. And that is also part of the process, is the not knowing, trusting that everything is unfolding as is, as it should. Even if you don't know quite where you're going, why this is happening, it is a way of developing your psychic abilities. And with the amethyst being there, I'm seeing there's a sense that it's almost like calling you to acknowledge some kind of an addiction that you have, or unhealthy thought pattern, unhealthy behavior pattern that you need to release, let go of, okay? And until you sit in this enough or long enough, or understand that maybe the standstill is because of an addiction, is because of a toxic behavior pattern or a toxic thought pattern, or a toxic person or a toxic circumstance. And until you understand this and the need to let go of this, because this is the very thing that may be keeping you stuck, but you need to be at the standstill to be able to pinpoint what that is, and also to be able to develop the psychic gifts and abilities that you have that need to be activated right now. Because you do have very unique psychic gifts. I'm seeing these gifts as being psychic. Now, this could be clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance. It could be clairaudience. But there's something here that is being activated right now, and that's where you need to focus and understand that something is transforming, something is changing within you. Your psychic abilities are expanding. And it's almost like if you do have a certain addiction or a certain thought pattern or a certain behavior pattern that has become toxic or stagnant, because there could be stagnant, like, what is the name? There could be outdated belief systems that you need to let go of. And the more you hold on to them, the more you will be at the standstill, basically. And it could even be that you're addicted to this like belief system, even though it is not working for you. It's just that you're so used to it. It's such a habit that it's almost considered an addiction, because it's not really helping you. And there's something about the more you push it away, the more you ignore it, the more you will be at this standstill here, okay? Whatever this addiction or belief system is, or behavior pattern, whatever this is for you, you're meant to develop your intuition, follow your intuition, take action from your heart space with confidence, sit up straight, feel strong, feel capable, feel confident, feel valuable, and feel in touch with yourself, with your inspiration. And I do feel this is what's needed right now so that you can create your reality rather than feel like you're a victim of whatever the universe throws at you, okay? There's something about you doing some shadow work and understanding the difference between what your mind tells you and what your intuition tells you. Okay, both are connected somehow to the body, but you know, when we spend too much time overthinking in our mind, that will allow more negative to sit in with us. If we allow ourselves to just feel and see how our body responds to things before our thought comes in and weighs in. Let's say you feel very positively toward a person, but then your mind comes in and says, oh, but that person has green eyes, and people with green eyes, you really have to watch out for them, or whatever these predetermined or these belief systems that have been crystallized within you tell you. And then, you know, that initial feeling that was your intuition goes to waste, and all of a sudden you are being operated in fear, based on these things that have been passed on God knows from where, and all of a sudden you trust the fear more than you trust the love and your feeling and your intuition. So there's a need for you to really sit in this energy so that you know the difference between what is your ego, what is the fear, what is your mind, and what is your intuition that is connected to the higher frequency of love. That is the actual direction that is taking you in the actual direction that is best for you. Okay? Because, you know, the devil lives in the mind. If you think too much, you're too much in your mind, you feed that devil, and then all of a sudden you are living in fear, you're not moving forward, and you're at a standstill, and you keep staying in the same place, and you're not really feeling passionate about life. You start experiencing creative block, and all these other things start happening. So that's why there's a need for you to acknowledge and really do whatever you need to do to move past this stagnancy, to move past this fear. Okay? Gemini could be somewhere in your chart. The number 10 or 10th house, we have the number 1, we have 10, 10 twice. You could be seeing the number 55, you could be seeing the number 10 a lot, and the number 1, and we have South Node. There's something from your past that's holding you back, or you're being held back in the past or in stagnancy because of your fears, because of restrictions, because of society, or because of what it's going to look like, or what are people going to say about you, or your reputation. You know, when other people having a bigger influence on you than, or whatever you learn from other people, or these belief systems. So I see there's a breaking free from these belief systems that needs to take place. Otherwise you will stay stuck in the past and you won't make any progress forward, and that comfort zone is starting to feel very uncomfortable. Okay? And until you acknowledge whatever it is that you need to let go of, you're going to stay stagnant, and that's not what you want. You want to learn from other people, but you also want to make up your own mind about what is right for you that may not be right for everyone else, or for a certain group of people. That could, by the way, with Gemini energy, I'm seeing 3rd house energy here, actually be the people who are your neighbors, your siblings. So people who are very close to you in proximity, but they keep you in this bubble. They don't really allow you to expand because there's a whole world out there, and you may be very limited by a very close community that represents very few people in the world, and they do represent your comfort zone, but at the same time they're not allowing you to expand because of this belief system that is it's like a bubble, and it doesn't really work for you, and it keeps you stuck. And you're meant to expand far more than this. We have the wheel here, but the wheel, things are changing. You are meant to change and allow this change to take place, but you need to decide to allow it. Otherwise, that wheel will just stay in its place. But there is a sense of divine intervention. We have a 10 here again, so we have 10, 10, 10. You're meant to close the cycle. You're meant to have a new beginning. It's like you're going around in cycles and in circles again, and you find yourself in the same karmic cycles. And the reason for that, if you are resonating with this reading, if you're not, by the way, click on another pile, is because you are not allowing yourself, or you're afraid, or you're in fear, so you keep yourself in these cycles. So you're meant to close the cycle, by the way, the world here. It seems like you're being very affected by material things, or by what other people say, or in fear of losing whatever you've built. And so you keep yourself in a circle, in a cycle, in a bubble, wanting to explore further, but feeling trapped somehow. And I'm seeing a snake here, by some kind of toxic belief system or people or whatever this is that's very small, and it's keeping you contained in a space where only your body fits, where your soul is a lot more than this. There's a lot more to life, but it's like you keep going around in the same circle. I'm seeing a hamster wheel for some reason, because I'm seeing two wheels here. Ace of Voices, but you're seeing the truth of the matter here. It's like you're going to get downloads of clarity. There's something about your intuition that's screaming at you, that's trying to push you in a certain direction, but you keep yourself stagnant. You have the wisdom, but for some reason you don't acknowledge your own wisdom, and you feel like other people or other belief systems know more than you or are wiser than you, when you actually have that wisdom within you. And it's like you're being called to see the truth of what's going on here, but sometimes you refuse to see it. You just refuse to see it out of fear. Queen of Cups. But there's something in you that keeps nudging you in a certain direction, and it is connected to your heart and where your heart wants to go. And it's your intuition pulling you in that direction. Muse of Inspiration, King of Wands. You feel pulled in that direction. It inspires you. So whatever inspires you, whatever feels good to you, before you start weighing in with the what ifs and Murphy's Law, whatever can go wrong will go wrong. No, most of the time we are in fear of things that either already happened, could happen. But if you stay in the present moment and you look around you, these things most of the time do not even take place. All these things we're afraid of, they may happen like 0.001% of our entire life, and we spend the rest of our 99.99% of our life worried about that 1.001% that could go wrong. So I feel something about you is waking up for the truth of the cycle that you've been in, the hamster's wheel that you've been in, and you're going to start letting go of whatever's been holding you back, addictive thinking, outdated belief systems, toxic people, toxic situations, toxic communities, toxic relatives, families, siblings, neighbors, whatever this is, so that you can finally move forward and follow your inspiration here. Follow what makes your heart sing. Follow what makes your soul, what lights your soul up, really, okay? Because you're not meant to be stuck here. And with the Queen of Swords here, this is again telling me that, you could many times be stuck in your mind, and your mind is what stops you from moving forward, really. No other person has this power over you. It's your own mind. As much as you want to attribute other people's opinions, other people's judgment, other people's thoughts of you, it really boils down to your mind is what is keeping you from doing this, because it's the fears that lie in your mind, where most of the time, whoever or whatever you're fearful of, it really either doesn't matter that much, and you could be dramatizing something that is actually a lot simpler, and you even have the power to change the way people see things, but you choose to maybe think that other people have a lot more power over you than you think. And so we do have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy here, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But there's something here about three people. What am I seeing about three people here? Nine of Emotions, wish fulfillment. Nine of Emotions, wish fulfillment. Ace of Emotions. You're becoming very clear about what it is that makes you happy when it comes to your heart and your emotions. Two of Cups. This has something to do with a romantic partner. There is something that is new or relatively new that is your wish fulfillment, that is reciprocal, that is mutual, that is shared here. And it somehow has to do with closing a cycle here. But there's a standstill at the moment. Ten of Cups, this is your emotional fulfillment, wish fulfillment when it comes to your emotions that you're about to step into. But you're in this hangman energy because of fear. And it's because of a lack mindset. You feel like you're not entitled to this, or you're not good enough for this. And so you keep yourself stuck. Seven of Wands, defensive. You may not be aware of this, but you're very inspired. You feel the calling, but you keep yourself away from it, and you're sad about this. And so you burden yourself about this and the fears, where you have a new beginning here that may involve some form of relocation or change in material circumstances with justice here, a contract even. But it's like you're sabotaging this with the Seven of Swords, and you try to shrink it down to something less than, when it's actually everything you ever need with the Empress here. When you're capable of a lot more, you're worthy of this, but you don't really see yourself as worthy. You keep yourself stuck with the Devil here in the mind, again, that toxicity that keeps you under control, even though there's somewhere you want to go because you feel inspired, but your mind keeps yourself stuck. So the Sun, free yourself and you will have this happiness. There is bliss and stability here to be had in celebration, but you keep yourself in this waiting game and longing instead of moving forward. But the advice here is to move forward. This will make you happy. Get out of your mind. The only thing keeping you and stopping you is your mental conflict. So there's a need to heal your mental health here. There's a focus here on mental health. They're telling you that maybe get some help from a therapist or whatever that, or spiritual help, energy healing, whatever that is that you need. I do energy healing. You can find my email in the description box for that. I do Zoom one-on-ones for that. But it's like you're keeping yourself stuck. Your mind is the only thing getting in the way between you and all this abundance that the Empress represents here. All this wish fulfillment, all this prosperity. And, you know, going against what a certain group of people that represent a very small portion of society. And again, I'm being called to say that the consequences, I don't see negative consequences here. I see the only negative consequences you're having right now is not following your heart and closing yourself off to all of this abundance. And one day looking back and saying, I should have done this and I didn't, okay? So that is your reading, pile number 2. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. I hope this was helpful. Let me know how this resonates for you in the comment section. If it did not, choose another pile. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. It helps the channel. It helps to bring you more. If you'd like to be notified of future uploads on the channel, hit the bell for notifications. Bless you all. See you sometime soon. Bye. Until next time. Welcome, pile 3. You chose this card, the lower world, and the number 31 could be relevant to you. Ooh, wow. Where do we start? Okay. Okay, guys. So, okay, what's coming through? I'm going to look at the number 31 first and foremost. The number 31 represents the 5 of Wands in the tarot. It represents challenges, obstacles, difficulties, competition. And 3 plus 1, I feel, is the solution, the number 4. There's a sense of a need to get organized, or maybe you feel stuck in boring, repetitive routines, and that is becoming challenging to you, or the way to get through the challenges is to create these routines that may seem boring to you, but they will help you at the end of the day, and they will make your life a lot easier at the end of the day. The lower world. Okay, now let's address that. These words, okay? There's a sense of a lack here. The number 4 is also showing me the 4 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, the 4 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. Let me just think, not the 4 of Wands, and we have the 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 4 of Cups, Four of Swords, Four of Wands. Why am I not remembering the other four? So we have Cups, Wands, Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Four of Cups. It's almost like you're in the lack mindset, or you need help getting out of feeling like you're stuck in the mud, or hit rock bottom, or feel like life is not bringing you what you want. You feel like you don't have what you want. You feel there's lack, or there's not enough, or maybe this was what you were taught. Whatever this is, it's like you need a way out. And the way out is to shift your mindset, okay? Whatever you're telling yourself, whatever that negative self-talk is, it needs to change. Whatever your assumptions about yourself, your self-concept are, that are less than, that are pulling you down, or whatever negative things you're saying to yourself about who you are, and whatever negative assumptions of what you're capable of, and you know what is available to you, it's like you need positive affirmations. You need to say these things out loud and in the present tense, and believe them. You're not going to believe them at first. It's a work of repetition. I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm happy. You know, these things, you may not feel them, but you just repeat them and you will start feeling them, okay? I do have an affirmation meditation to raise your vibration here on the channel. It's free. I may link that up for you somewhere, or just look for it. It's called Affirmation Meditation to Raise Your Vibration. It's here on the channel. You can listen to it for 30 to 90 days minimum, mornings and night times, as you wake up and right before you go to sleep. It's in a 22-minute, 22-second investment of your day, and it really can take you a long way. And it really can take you a long way when it comes to raising your vibration. Sorry, the recording got interrupted due to a lack of battery on my camera. Okay. So, deconstruction of the negative thinking, the negative self-talk is needed here somehow, some way, shape, or form. If you disagree, you may want to go check one of the other piles. Throat chakra. Okay, I see. The number 7 could be relevant here. 7 is taking me back to pile number 1 or 2 or both. Pile number 2 maybe, yeah. So look, there's something here about your spiritual path being very tied to your throat chakra, your ability to express yourself. Maybe you're feeling like there's a block when it comes to expressing yourself. Maybe these negative thoughts and the sabotage going on with you spiritually is affecting your ability to speak up for yourself, to express yourself conveniently, to be genuine and authentic. And there's a need to transform here with this blue butterfly. I do see the Merkaba symbol here as well. There's a need for you to ascend, to overcome, to awaken, to step into your light body, to take that trip on the Merkaba, this form of transportation of the soul into the higher realms. There's a lot that is wanting to come through for you to be acknowledged, expressed, and just known. And there's something that's blocking you from living in the true, most highest expression of self at the moment. And it is very connected to your lower thoughts of self, of possibilities, of life, of the universe in general. Okay, I feel there's a case here that you're dealing with seeing the world or your life in a very negative way, focusing on the negative, and also focusing on maybe getting negative feedback or negative consequences for being your true self, or expressing yourself in a way that is clear, assertive, and truthful as well. Your lower thoughts, or something about being in a lower vibration or in fear is acting as a block to expressing your truth in some way, shape, or form. And with these angel wings here, your angels are coming through to say it's okay. You are protected, and you're meant to, it's been challenging for you to express yourself. You're always in fear of being punished or judged or ridiculed in some way, and so you prefer to stay silent, but your fears are keeping you stuck in this lower vibration, and it's been a challenge, and you feel at the same time, if this is about competition, you feel like you can't compete, and there's a need for you to make some changes here and to heal whatever's going on with your throat chakra, which may also take some energy healing or some singing or some speaking, whatever this is, to unblock this issue. I do energy healing one-on-one on Zoom, so if you're interested in that, you can find my email in the description box. We have first house and the self. Yeah, you're meant to express yourself and be genuine and authentic in that expression. There's something about really also defining and deciding who you are, who you want to be, where you want to go, where you want to start, because there's a sense of a new beginning here. There's something to do with your physical body as well, that is keeping you in lower vibration. So I don't know if you are not tending to your physical body and there's a need for you to nurture, take care of your body by ways of resting, exercise, water, sun, nutrition. And your thoughts also create your body. So whatever you're telling yourself about what you look like is really affecting the way you look. So you might want to keep that in mind. There's something about your self-image that is not correct. You're seeing something incorrectly, and therefore you're creating this image of self that you are believing, and you're choosing to speak of yourself in that way. And so you're creating that image of yourself externally and materially, so watch out for that. Be self-aware of what you're speaking of yourself, because what you speak, you create. Our words are spells, okay? Whatever we say casts a spell on us and our lives and other people and the reality around us. So you're having this new opportunity to recreate yourself and create yourself in the way that you want to, by way of speaking that, and whatever you speak will be the truth as well here, okay? So you're being welcomed to a new reality, new portal, something about the next portal, the last portal, or January as well. Something here about you becoming aware that you can create your reality with whatever you say and whatever you think. So be more aware. Catch your thoughts before you allow them to persist and develop. And as soon as you catch a negative thought or a negative word or negative phrase, substitute that for the positive version of what you want versus what you don't want. And bear in mind, don't say, I don't want this, because the universe doesn't listen to negatives. It's void. It doesn't exist. So if you say, I don't want to be something negative, or something you don't want, the universe will just hear the thing you don't want and will create that for you. So keep in mind, when I say keep things positive and in the present tense, just say whatever it is you want and keep out anything you don't want from your thoughts and your words, okay? Ooh, okay, so I need to drink some water, so maybe some of you guys need to drink water. If so, that may be a part of the things you need to do for your body that you're not doing. Hydrate. You know, when you hydrate, you get, it's like a water mill, right? If you don't put water through the water mill, the system doesn't work. If you don't put water through your mouth, your body, your veins, your lymphatic system, it all becomes stagnant and starts gluing. Things don't work. Your brain cells start to shrink, and you know the negative consequences of that, right? So make sure you drink water. So before we move into the interpretation of these astral dice, I'm going to drink another sip of water. Okay, we have the number 5 and 5th house. I believe 5 came out in pile 2, but it may have also come out in pile 1. So it could be that you have messages in pile 1 and pile 2 that you need to watch. Leo energy, Sun energy, 5th house energy, change, growth, and Leo. Ooh, wow, this doesn't happen often, because look, Leo lives in the 5th house that is ruled by the Sun that rules Leo. So there's something here about change coming out of this energy into the energy of the Sun. See how this dark energy here, from like the lower world into the Sun, which is illumination and warmth. It's like cold and warmth, right? It's dark and light. So it's something about change and illumination here, opening way for a new chapter in your life. But you kind of need to start it within your mind first. You need to say it. You need to speak it into reality here. You need to allow yourself the delusion and the playfulness and the creativity and the imagination of a child. Allow your inner child to come out and play, basically, is what this is saying. And once you do that, once you believe that is possible, it will start unfolding. You will start to feel that warmth, that joy, that high vibration. So I do see a sense of moving out of the challenges and the darkness and the coldness and the lower vibrations into the higher vibration. But it takes a decision that you have to make to start speaking this into your reality so that it becomes your truth. Even though it doesn't feel like it's your truth right now, you can create it. Even though it sounds delusional, it doesn't matter. If you know that your thoughts and your words are going to create your reality, who cares if it's delusional right now? It's not going to stay that way for long. What's going to happen is that your life is going to change. It's going to improve. Things will start to grow, and you'll start to become feeling a lot better about life and a lot more uplifted. And when you feel that way, you start attracting more experiences in that way. Four of Meteoros. Yeah, there's Four of Pentacles. I saw the Four of Pentacles in pile 2, so there's a message in pile 2 for you. You're holding on to something toxic. It could be a belief system. It could be a way of seeing yourself that is keeping you in struggles, trials, and tribulations, and challenges and competitions that are completely unnecessary. Let go of whatever this is that you're holding on to that is keeping you stuck in this vibration. It's time for change. Go from the 4 to the 5. Take that leap of faith. Dare to think differently. Just dare to think differently. Try it. It's not that hard. It's not like if you try to think and say things differently that it's going to ruin your life. It's actually, if anything, it just make your life better. And if you stay the way you are, then you'll prove to yourself that you were right. Or you can try it and prove to yourself that, wait a second, I was being stubborn. The Emperor here, the number 4. You think that you always have to have everything under control, and you don't understand that your words and your thoughts are dictating your reality. And you're realizing, or you will realize, that you're keeping yourself 7 of Swords in self-sabotage because you're being stubborn and doing things the same way because you always expect things to go awry, or you always expect life to be negative. Yeah, for the Emperor twice, there's a stubbornness here, guys. I'm not going to lie. And there's a need for change, and I feel like you know it, but you need to acknowledge it, okay? There's a need for acknowledgement here. That you can create your truth, that you are not a slave to whatever the universe throws at you. 2 of Swords. And what keeps you stuck and stagnant and in stalemates is the fact that you are stubborn and you won't allow yourself the change because you don't believe it's possible. Because you prefer to think that everything stays the same and there's nothing you can do about it because it's easier. Okay? So pile number 3, that was your reading. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. I hope this was helpful. Let me know how this resonates for you. If it does not resonate, choose another pile. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. It helps the channel. It helps me bring you more. Extra content is on Patreon. And if you'd like to be notified of future uploads on the channel, hit that bell for notifications. Bless you. I'll see you sometime soon. Bye. Till next time.